Graham Rooks, he's currently ranked 20th in the country. He's wrestling Brayton Lee, who's ranked 4th in the country. This, on paper, looks like a tough matchup for Graham, but looking at some common opponents, Brayton Lee wrestling Purdue just 2 days ago had an overtime matchup against Griffin Perriott, somebody who Graham Rooks had a similarly tough time beating, but did it in a more dominant fashion. So I think just from that observation and just from what I've seen Graham, how I've seen him wrestle throughout this year, if he's able to wrestle at that level, this should be a very good matchup and one that Graham could potentially win as long as he keeps himself in it the entire time.
Yeah, and as a redshirt freshman, he's got a lot of experience up against those ranked guys. He's got 3 of those ranked wins. It would be his biggest win of the year.
Yeah, he's won 5 of his last 6 matches, so he's coming into this one with a lot of momentum.
Exactly.
And like you said, 3 ranked wins.
And you really see with every passing match that the Rooks brothers get to become more and more crowd favorites, and they could be, in Angel Escobedo's eyes, the staples that turn this program around. Both of them having great years.
Both these wrestlers, redshirt freshmen, both of them from Indiana. You have to wonder if there's any past matchup history between the 2 of them in the state.
Yeah.
Well, Graham Rooks is coming off of a 4-3 win over Wisconsin's Cole Martin, who was number 13, and he got a takedown with under 30 seconds left to secure that win. So a close call in the last one, and we'll see how he responds to that in this match against the number 4 wrestler.
Yeah, he was close to giving up a takedown there, but was able to find a way out of it. Speaks good for him. He isn't afraid to be the one that gives up the first takedown. You see him do that a lot in a lot of his matchups, and obviously that's not something that you want to do to start off the match, but it happens, and he's able to find a way to navigate towards the win regardless of that fact.
Yeah, there's a lot of trust that come from the coaching staff and even the fans to Graham, because in that matchup against Wisconsin, you got that upset to lead things off, and after the match, Escobedo said, we had the choice of who we wanted to lead us off, and we said we wanted Graham to lead us off because they believed in his mentality and his ability to better his opponents. And he's going to make it a really, really talented one here today.
Both these guys having a very successful year. Rooks has already been named Big Ten Wrestler of the Week twice. And Brayton Lee back in the Cliff Keen Las Vegas Open, he won the 149 title with 5 straight victories to close it out. The final 3 over top 10 opponents. So he's already taken down numerous ranked opponents this year, trying to make Rooks another one. And Rooks also trying to get another ranked win under his belt. Brayton Lee does lead this Minnesota wrestling team with 7 wins over ranked opponents, trying to make it 8 as they go out of bounds. They will reset in the middle. And what we're seeing so far, this is potentially the most competitive matchup. We had the nice competitive matchup at 157, but this one's looking like, it could come down to the last, minute of the third period.
Yeah, we're finally starting to see a bit of offensive action. Rooks picked up a stall warning because both of them are really kind of feeling each other out and trying to get a good sense of where each other's at in the first bit of this first period.
Yeah, Brayton Lee was outpacing Graham Rooks with his offensive attempts, and that's the reason that they called that stall call against Graham. And a blast double, securing the takedown. Brayton Lee showing his power.
Not out of bounds.
With short time here, this is big for both wrestlers. If Lee can get the right out, that's huge. If Rooks can get the escape, that's also huge. Very important 12 seconds here.
It's going to require a quick start, which Rooks tries to do, but again, strength from Lee on full display.
Lee just hooking the left leg, not letting Rooks get up. Will ride out the first period.
Lee choosing defensive and down. He's going to get that quick escape point himself.
Tries to, Rooks trying to get him back to the mat. Lee fighting it, trying to free himself. As they go out of bounds, they'll start back down. And now Rooks trying to, get that riding time back. Rooks now with the advantage in riding time as Lee trying to get himself up to get that escape point. And he will make it a 3-0 score.
So far, Brayton Lee has just been too aggressive for Graham to find any way into where his offense works best.
Sometimes they say the best offense is a good defense, and that's what looks like Rooks is going to have to do here, just to keep countering Lee's offense until he can find an opening to make a move.
And you see a good counter from Brayton Lee there, getting the takedown. Holding onto the foot should be a count, but the ref refusing to acknowledge it. The bench screaming at him.
Now Rooks battling, just trying to get to his feet and escape. Lee's trying to just keep him down. And Rooks is able to escape, and now we can reset back towards the center of the mat. And that's going to close out the second period. So Brayton Lee with a 5-1 advantage. Now what's Rooks going to have to do in this third period if he's going to want to get back? He's down 4. What's it going to take to get on the right track here?
So the lessons he should be taking from the first 2 periods is that Brayton Lee's head hands defense and counter offense has just been too much in the neutral position for Graham to get towards what he wants. So he's going to have to get to things like his underhooks and keep his head free in order to get to his own offense. And scoring in the neutral position is going to be what makes the difference here, as he's down 5-2 with just 1:30 left in the third period.
He is able to get the escape, however, which is a big deal for him.
And again, you see that underhook for Graham. That's where he's going to be most comfortable and where he's going to have the best opportunity to score a takedown against Brayton. As wrestling from space is it's too difficult, especially 1 against Brayton Lee, but 2 against a Minnesota Gopher. They're very tough. They keep very low in their stance, and they keep their hands and head always in the way.
And as we near a minute left, riding time is not going to be in Rooks' favor. So if he's going to want to win the match, he's going to have to get a takedown, maybe let Lee escape and get another quick takedown, or he's going to have to get a fall. Under a minute, and Rooks is running out of time. Lee just going to try to hold on to this lead.
You see Rooks getting more aggressive. He has to be careful, as Lee's probably going to be able to counter it. Just like a shot there, he caught Rooks just walking forward too heavily. Now he's in on a shot. He's at the very least able to burn some clock time, possibly even secure the takedown, unless this position works itself to a stalemate or a potentially dangerous situation.
Yeah. With less than 30 seconds, and Lee knows the clock's on his side, and stalemate called. It'd be tough for Rooks to do it from here. And it is another tough wrestler for Rooks to go up against, as it looks like it's going to be a loss here.
Yeah, a loss on paper, but this is going to be a good match for them to go over in the practice room to where they can make adjustments and hopefully change the result to be in Rooks' favor come Big Ten conference time.
That is the more important thing for IU right now.
As this match closes out, the duel does too, with Minnesota winning 38-9.